Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 12.5, Problem 8. This is Section 12.5, Problem number 8. It says, find the derivative of f of x equals the square root of the natural log of 5x plus 6. So problems 7 and 8 are very similar. They have all the same parts, but the square root shows up a little differently. Here in number 8, the square root is the biggest thing. The natural log is inside the square root. In problem number 7, the previous problem, the natural log was the biggest thing. The square root was inside of the natural log. And for number 7, we were able to find the answer without using the chain rule. There was a way to do it with the chain rule. Without was a little shorter. For number 8, we have to use the chain rule. There's no way out of it. So to start number 8, let me rewrite the function with no prime yet and replace that square root with an exponent of 1/2. So I'm going to make some big parentheses, write the same, what was underneath the square root, natural log of 5x plus 6, and instead of a square root, it's in parentheses raised to an exponent of 1/2. So that's the same problem now, but it's written in a form where we have derivative formulas and rules that can deal with something in parentheses raised to a power. That's the chain rule. So the chain rule says my derivative is going to be, the exponent's going to come down in front, that would be the n. You're going to leave what was in the parentheses unchanged, no prime, reduce the power by 1, and minus 1, then go times the derivative of what was in the parentheses, which I write as stuff prime. So that's what we're going to fill out. The part in the end of my chain rule, the stuff prime, I'm going to need to remember that when my function is natural log of some stuff, that the derivative of something like that f prime is stuff prime over stuff. That formula is what I'm going to need in the end for the stuff prime when I do the chain rule. So let's start doing it. F prime of x equals, the first thing I start with is n, which is the exponent on my parentheses overall, which is 1/2. So that n is 1/2. Then you leave the stuff as it is, no prime. So it's going to be natural log of 5x plus 6. Now I reduce that exponent by 1. 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. Now if you don't see that easily, you're going to do 1/2 minus 1. That's what we have to do. And now the 1 you can think of in the form of 2 over 2. So you have 1/2 minus 1 is written 1/2 minus 2 over 2. In this form you have your common denominator of 2, and then the numerator is 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. There's my answer of -1/2, writing everything out with the common denominators. So as I'm doing my chain rule, the first set of parentheses is complete now. Then I'm going to do times, start another set of parentheses, stuff prime. Well, my stuff was something with a natural log. So I'm going to do stuff prime over stuff for that, where the stuff for this part of it, for the end of the chain rule, is just 5x plus 6. So that's going to go in the denominator the way it is, 5x plus 6. The derivative of that will be in the numerator. So the 5x will make just a 5, because whenever you have an x to the first power, the derivative is whatever the number in front is. The 6, because it has no x with it, just its derivative is 0. That can be simplified. Not that much, really. You can probably leave it like this if you want to. Again, what would you have to do with this? You would have to put in a number value for x. So if you like, you can simplify it somewhat, but you really don't have to. What's really left in top is just a 5. The 1 is on top. This, because of its negative exponent, really goes in the bottom, and a 5. So 1 times 5 for the top, I have 5. Then in the bottom, I have the 2, denominator of the half, the 5x plus 6. I'm going to multiply 2 times 5x plus 6 will be 10x plus 12. I can put that in parentheses. And this ln of 5x plus 6 to the negative 1/2 is in the denominator. It's going to be positive 1/2, or square root if you want, ln of 5x plus 6. So it doesn't look that much simpler. If you like, you can leave it the way it just was filled in from the formula for the chain rule. Again, what would you have to do with it? You'd have to put in a number for x and figure out what the answer is. You can probably do that just as well in the line 1 up from the bottom as opposed to the very bottom line where it's simplified.